This was hands down the most challenging and the most stressful day I've had since starting my business. Today started as my usual puff puff and meat pie shipping day. And usually days like this are my easiest days. And today I was super excited because I got a new pot. I've been searching for a larger pot to fry my puff puffs, and to my surprise, my mom gifted me this large pot that I was so excited to use today. Guys, tell me why I started making puff puff. Everything was going well until my light started going off. At first, I thought it was just a weird trip because I'm not doing anything new that I've not done before. I'm not using any new machines. So I kept switching the fuse back on for about 3 times before I realized this is actually very serious. At this point, I was beginning to panic a little bit, but I was like, no, it will be sorted. I called my partner and I was like, deal with the fuse. I don't know what's tripping it. But at the same time, I was worried about my puff puff because my stove is electric, and obviously when the light is off, the stove is also off. As my partner was trying to figure out what was going on to try and fix everything, I started on my meat pie so that I'm not wasting any time. That was before we started smelling smoke from the stove, and the stove was not coming on anymore. This was the point I realized that, okay, this is actually way bigger than I thought. So of course we switched everything off, and my partner went ahead to ring the companies to try and get an engineer out. There is me thinking an engineer can be out within the next hour. Guys, only for them to start telling us that the next available day is in 5 days. I was like, nah, this day cannot. All I kept thinking is the fact that I have orders that need to go out today, and I do not want to disappoint my customers. I then went ahead to call my friend because she doesn't live very far away from me. And as soon as I called, I was like, babe, where are you? She turned around to me and she said, I'm in Lagos. And that's when I lost all hope. Instead of crying, I just bursted into laughter. And she was like, oh my God, you actually need me in Sheffield? I was like, babe, I needed you in Sheffield. But I said, that's absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. But she said, but who's going to help you? Are you going to be okay? That's when I actually told her the reason I needed her. And she was like, well, my husband is actually at home. I'm just the only one in Lagos. She was like, you can definitely use my kitchen. I'll tell him you're on your way. Finally, a miracle. Honestly, she was a lifesaver. I quickly went to her house. I carried my puff puff batter, the oil, everything. Got there now. Guys, tell me why the exact same thing happened at the house as well. Our stove went off. There was an error message and it was just not coming on. Then we figured out that it has to be the pot. We changed the pot, and the second pot was also doing the same thing. At that point, I just gave up because the tray of our meat pie also burnt while we were trying to figure out the error message. I just went ahead to ship what I already had, and I contacted my customers to apologize and explain. I was panicking because I did not want to disappoint anyone, but honestly they were so understanding and so loving. Today was so hard and stressful, but also taught me that some days are just very unpredictable, and in business you always have to have a backup plan and a cool head because stuff like this can happen. But I am back on now, and we are now taking orders for puff puff and meat pie, so head over to the website to place your order. Bye.